What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are here with Callum with a one-to-one. It's been a few weeks since we did this pre-recorded. Big up to everyone locked in. Hit the like button on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And Callum, man, how you doing, bro? Everything all good?
All good, my bro. All good. How are you?
Yeah, could be better, but it is what it is. I'm saying too. Life as a United fan now, it's not the best. But
I
yeah,
saw, I
man.
saw, I saw you doing a hate along for the Liverpool. I saw when Bournemouth scored. You're ecstatic, bro.
Bro, I swear down, I thought that was the one, man. I thought when that went in, I was like, yo, we're back, but clearly not, man. And then Clive decided to sky one wide. I was like, yo, man, this is not easy, man. This season ain't gonna get any better, man. But what for someone else is not gonna get any better is Arsenal, man. Out of the Carabao Cup again. Obviously in the semi-finals, could have went to the final. But I don't know. I feel like there has to be that conversation about Arteta now. You know what I mean? And the fact that their lack of trophies since it's been there. I think he's won one, but that wasn't really with his squad. So you kind of look at that, you think to yourself, like, it does it mean more? No pun intended, like Trent said. Like, how do you put it down to? Like, because he's apparently he's not won, he's not been to a final since 2020. Apparently in 20 attempts at winning a trophy or just in general, he's been locked out. Is that good enough? If you're an Arsenal fan right there, how would you feel, man? Like it's not good enough, man. It's not good enough.
Yeah, I'd feel frustrated if I was an Arsenal fan. The problem is because they've hyped him up so much.
Yeah,
as Arsenal fans, it doesn't help their cause. What I will say though is I've changed my stance slightly on the whole FA Cup win because even though it wasn't his squad, he still had to get them over the line. I don't think anyone turns around and says, "Oh, Di Matteo shouldn't get credit for winning the Champions League," or if Slot wins the Premier League this season, he predominantly done it with Klopp's squad as well. So I don't think we should take that credit away from him. But what I will say, they've not kicked on since then. And the fact that they've spent so much money, but yet a lot of the fans are still blaming the Kroenkes, saying the Kroenkes don't do enough. I mean, how much more money do you trust him with? Because if he spent all this money and he's not delivered anything, then you're going to ask for more money. That to me doesn't make much sense. By now, with the amount of money he's spent, the fact that this is his squad, there's no two ways about it. This is his squad now.
His squad, yeah.
What's the excuse? There is no excuse. I mean, Newcastle are a tough team, obviously, but you'd think Arsenal should be able to navigate two legs against them. FA Cup against you guys, it should have done better, should have gone through. You guys went down to 10 men, they still didn't break the door down. For me, Arteta is, in my opinion, not the manager for Arsenal if they're going to look to win trophies. But at the same time, they are still in the race for the title in the Premier League and they're still in the Champions League. So you have to kind of wait until the end of the season to see where the chips fall. If they don't win the Champions League, if they don't win the Prem, then I think serious questions have to be asked.
You know, this is the thing, right? It's like, I do believe he's a good manager or a good coach, yeah. Like, there's no denying that. You can't be in tighter races. You can't be doing the things you're doing if you're not a good coach in it. We're not denying that.
Yeah.
But is he like almost an early man? Is he the guy that just isn't going to be able to get them over the line? Because if I just show you this graphic right here, right, and you look at all managed to win one trophy, well, it's going to be now 20 attempts. No, actually, 19 attempts. Olympiacos, FA Cup, Chelsea lost the semi-finals, didn't they? Or that was the only one, should I say?
Yeah.
Carabao Cup, FA Cup. But looking at 1-0 Southampton, Villarreal, Nottingham Forest, Carabao lost to Liverpool that season. Losing to Arsenal, but I think that game they kind of threw away. Carabao Cup to Brighton at home, 3-1. Arsenal, Liverpool again. Bayern Munich won as well. United 5-3 penalties again. This one here, 4-0 in aggregate. Like, a lot of them are just like, some of them as well. I remember this used to throw away. And I was like, what the heck's going on here, man? You can't throw away titles like that. Or throw away, cups like that. And I don't know. Listen, for those that are still Arteta in, I think it's they feel like who else can do it. We've
Yeah.
a bit of a legacy with Arteta. We've created a bit of, hope with him. He's guided us to these kind of places. Sometimes when someone puts you in a place, you feel like you owe them something.
Yeah.
Like, is it because the Arsenal fans feel like they owe Arteta that patience? Because this is actually nonsensical. The lack of trophies, man, in 5 years, bro. That's not good enough, man.
Yeah, I think a lot of fans sometimes will double down. So you get a lot of fans sometimes who will really back for a player or back for a manager so much so that if they're seen to change their mind, it's seen as a sin. For me personally, football changes so much. Opinions can change as well.
Yeah.
For me, as long as you're just acknowledging the fact that you had one opinion before, now you have a different opinion. For example, I wasn't Gakpo's biggest fan when we first signed him. Now I think he's one of the first starters on the team sheet. You're allowed to change your opinion in football. Just acknowledge what your opinion was before. And I think because of some of these fans who are Arteta in, they've doubled down so much, saying he is so fantastic. He's the heir to Pep's throne. He's gonna win trophy after trophy. They now have to back him regardless of what happens. For me, he's not showing that he's the caliber to do that. And he's had enough money. He's had enough resources. He's got good enough players, a good enough team to get over the line. Arsenal fans keep on talking about striker and attack and all that. He's built this attack.
And bro,
Havertz weren't cheap. Havertz weren't cheap, bro.
But he went and said, "You'll go get him." Yeah.
Jesus was 45 mil. That's 110 mil on strikers. You can't tell me he hasn't been given resources. You can't. So when we're sitting there going, look, he spent 100 mil on Rice, and like, I know people say, yeah, but look at the squad he inherited. Yeah, everyone. How many managers do inherit a great squad? But that's the job, right? Ten Hag was ridiculed by everyone. Ten Hag left with 2 trophies.
2 trophies. Even though, listen, you know my opinions on Ten Hag, but he left with 2 trophies.
2 trophies, bro.
Yeah.
He's left a legacy, very tainted, but he can sit there in front of a jury and go, I wasn't good enough, but I still delivered 2 trophies. As of right now, Arteta can only say I've delivered 1. And he's been there for longer than Ten Hag was, probably spent as much money as Ten Hag, maybe slightly less, but he spent enough to get you over the line. And for me, there's no excuse. The whole striker argument, are you going to go and give him another 100 mil in the summer to get another striker? Like, when does it stop then?
Yeah, it's also like, when do you trust him to spend more money? When you look at Calafiori now, all of a sudden Miles Lewis Skelly's pacey.
You had Skelly there. Yeah. Did you need Calafiori?
Yeah, Zinchenko as well was brought under him. Who else did they buy this summer? Marino.
Sterling was brought in. Marino. Yeah.
Has Marino been a vital part of what Arsenal have done this season? No. Again, you look at their window as well. It's like there isn't much that you could say to themselves, you know what, like that player there has done well in this window. It hasn't been. And you can look towards the youth, Waneri, but
yeah.
And the maddest thing is, it's like, like on the weekend they beat Man City 5-1.
Yeah, and you saw the Arsenal fans like standing, and they were loud and proud as they should be. You're beating the current champion, but like again, it was there's this whole rivalry of City and Arsenal. It's not a rivalry when one team keeps on winning and the other has nothing to show for it. But I've even sat there and I've said the rivalry between Liverpool and City, we won a Champions League, they won a Champions League. We've won a Premier League, they've won 4.
Yeah.
We can sit there and say there's a rivalry, but really the rivalry's been pretty one-sided. You know what I mean? With City and Arsenal, there's no rivalry because Arsenal haven't won anything against them. Arsenal have won 1 game against them in this era.
Yeah.
1 match. There is no rivalry. And like, look, Haaland said what he said and all that. And Arsenal fans, right. Well, Haaland, like the Arsenal fans were saying, well, why is everyone saying be humble to us, be humble? Well, they're saying that because you guys have run that narrative since City went on a slide. Every time City lose, it's be humble, eh? Be humble, eh? Then they play be humble at the end of the game. Funny funny stuff in it. But then when you lose, expect it to come back. Like, you can't talk crap on other people and then expect everyone to be silent when you slip up. It makes no sense.
Yeah, you know what? It's mad, isn't it? And obviously, Newcastle are taking a piss on social media, man. I don't know if you see
Oh, they're killing
Oh
them, innit?
my god!
Have you seen Have you seen the picture of the football?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the football one.
Oh,
One was honestly that was crazy. I couldn't believe it, bro.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, bro, like, nah, that's crazy. And then I think Gordon was talking about being humble.
Yeah, Bruno Gomes did the same as well.
Did he? What did he say?
Yeah, he said staying humble or something like that with the shush emojis. Bro, it's
On Instagram.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Nah, I can't lie to you. By the way, fair play to Newcastle, by the way. That's 2 finals for them now in 2 years.
Yeah.
Again, the Carabao Cup. You know what I mean? Good manager, Eddie Howe. Gordon, top bloke as well. But you know, this is the thing, right? And I just the thing is, now what? If Everton win, sorry, if Liverpool win Everton, that's gonna be 9 points here. Do you give them a chance in the Champions League? Not really. When you look at like everything's just showing now that if they go and play up against, I don't know, a Leverkusen or something like that, or I don't know who's in there kind of their side of the draw, eh?
It's not, yeah. You
know what I mean? Like
them. Yeah,
you'd
expect them to lose.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think for me, there's going to be a situation where they're going to lose that game, and then all of a sudden it's going to be, well, we didn't have a striker or we didn't have this. Like, I think it's a very, very big question now at the end of the season with Mikel Arteta. Like, genuinely, like, again, all things come to an end. You know what I'm saying to you, and you've got. But I don't think the board would do that. I think the remit now is to reach top 4 and be acting like you're competing. Because they'll look at United.
It's the Liverpool model.
Yeah, they'll look at United here. They'll say, look where United are. Look where Tottenham are. Look where Chelsea, to a degree, are. They're only starting to get into the top 4 now. We are an established top 4 club. We are competing for Premier League titles. We are in the Champions League year in, year out. We are here. We're in the mix all the time. So we're not having these bad losses. We're only losing X amount of games per year. We rarely lose at home. We have a young squad. We have a young manager. It's a process. It's a project. They have all of these things and all of these kind of buzzwords, Callum. And to a certain degree, they're kind of right, because it's like they do, but they're not winning anything. Yeah. But like you said Liverpool model. Like, that is what maybe they're trying to do. They're trying to go down that route. Yeah. You see what I'm trying to say, bro?
Yeah, for me, I think the way them and Liverpool are set up is to finish in the top 4 regularly. Anything more than that is a bonus. I've never got the feeling from Arsenal, Liverpool. I mean, do you know? Here's the thing, though. I say that, bro. Liverpool have never spent 100 mil on one player. Like,
you know what? Yeah,
we haven't. The most expensive signing we've had is Darwin, and that could reach up to, I think, £85 million, which is, again, a lot of money. Especially with the player not working out too well. But again, you look at the amount Arsenal spent over the years, and this isn't just under Arteta. Pepe was 72 mil as well. Lacazette was 50 odd mil. Aubameyang was 60 odd mil. Listen, they've been spending money for a while. Ozil 41 mil when they signed him, or 42 mil. They've been spending money a while. They've just not been getting it right. They do not balance it out very well. He was accused of just bolstering the defense. And look, the defense looks very good, looks very strong. But even Saliba this season ain't been the one. With the amount that Arsenal fans are talking him up, saying, remember, Arsenal fans are saying he's better than Van Dijk, he's the best in the world. I ain't really seen Saliba really do much this season.
Bro, by the way, Saliba, bro.
Right. Isak had him in a headlock, bro.
Bro. Isak, man, like, yo, we got to talk about this brother, man. He is the guy. Did you see the striker play he did against Saliba for the goal? Yeah. He looked at him and said, yo, I'm gonna bully you right here.
Yeah.
He pushed him. Then said, yo, then I think Saliba wobbled a little bit. He flicked it away, I think it was. Then got the ball back, and then he obviously hit the post or the bar, and obviously Murphy. Like, Isak is world class, man. He is. Like, we have to talk about it. And for me, it's like, how much is he gonna cost now? Like, it's mad, bro. Like, what you have to spend on Isak now.
Yeah.
That should be Arsenal. Listen, no respect to Newcastle fan. That's what Arsenal should have been getting.
Yeah.
The Havertz and them, man. But they didn't. They spent 100 million on this and that. And, if they combine all that fee, they probably would have got Newcastle, would have got Isak. But, bro, like, he's going to cost a lot of money, guys, man. Like, bro.
Facts. I wish I could go back in time and show some of the videos for when we were signing Nunes. And I kept on getting accused in the fan base of saying I'm being negative and how am I not rating Nunes. I kept on saying Isak's the guy to go for. And everyone kept on pointing and saying, but look how many goals Darwin scored this season in comparison to Isak. And I'm like, sometimes you've got to look beyond the stats. Darwin was at Benfica, a dominant team in Portugal. Isak was at Real Sociedad. And a lot of times he played left wing as well for them. Isak's just that guy. As you said, he's that guy. And the problem for teams like Liverpool and Arsenal who need a striker is that if you go knocking on Newcastle's door, they're going, all right, he's just had another great season. That's 2 back-to-back now. He's also our best player. And we know how desperate you both are for a striker.
Yes.
What's the price? So if they say something like 100 mil, they'll go, okay, we'll sell him for 130. Are you doing it, yes or no? Liverpool probably won't. Arsenal might. But the problem is now, because the striker pool isn't that deep and because he's performing at such a high level, Newcastle can pretty much demand what they want. And unless a team pays it, then he's just going to stay. And then teams like Liverpool and Arsenal are still going to sit there and go, we still need a striker. Who else is going to come through?
Yeah. They're still looking at him, admiring him. They're like, yo, we admire you. But it's like window shopping, isn't it? Like, you can go down to Selfridges and look at that bag or whatever. But, you can't maybe afford it right now. Like, you can't afford it right now. And that is one of the biggest issues that they've got, is that they just can't afford it right now. And they haven't got the means. But then again, they do have the means when you deep the fact that they spent 60 odd million on Watkins, who's 29. And then there was a situation where Arsenal could have went in for him at 70 million. So if you can't raise another extra 50 million, then what are you not doing? If you for me, it's like, do Arsenal want to spend big? Are they saying to themselves, are they a big club? 120 to 30 million. Are you willing to be that big club to spend that money? Are you?
I think they've shown they have. But again, the question that you asked me earlier, bro, do you trust Arteta with it again?
Yeah.
Because if you go and buy Isak, everyone wants Isak. But what if Arteta don't get the best out of him? What if Arteta don't get the best out of the system? And what if they don't? Because if I'm gonna be real with you, if Arsenal buy Isak and they don't win the league, it'll be such a massive failure.
Yeah.
How do you come back from that?
But is it a failure
another 100 mil the following summer?
Yeah.
Then you're looking at players like Saliba and Gabriel, Odegaard. They're thinking in terms of, can we get over the line? Do I want to stay here? Real Madrid is probably going to start looking at some of our players potentially if we can't get over the line. Bayern Munich might start looking at some of our players if we can't get over the line. These are all questions you've got to start thinking about.
You know what it is, and this is the thing. It's like, I think every year that goes by, I think Liverpool are still going to be there. I think next year. It depends obviously on Mo Salah and the players. But
it depends on the contract stuff with us.
Contract's cool, but Man City will be back. I think this is temporary. I know me and Grizz and so forth. People have said, "Oh, City won't be back." City will be back, man. It's going to be a year of just kind of looking at it and whatnot. I don't know who else.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
And not that I don't think so. I'm 50-50 on it because I think it also depends what they do in the summer. I'll be real with you. Mamouche and Gonzalez, they're good signings, but are they signings that you go, they'll take them back to the title? I don't think they are. I think Mamouche is good. I don't think he's title winning good. I might be completely wrong.
Yeah. Listen, you know what it is as well? I think they'll shore up the defense as well. I think that part of it is what they're lacking. The two centre-backs, the full-backs. I think when they sort that out and they do that, I think that's when maybe we can say, you know what? That's when I think they'll be a little bit better. But
that's providing they don't get a transfer ban, though, bro. If they get a transfer ban, then it could be in real trouble.
But my thing is, though, it's like when City have been at their lowest and Liverpool haven't bought any transfers, like this is the lowest that I think Man City could get. Like the amount of games that they've lost, come on.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, and I'm not saying United are back because I don't think we're back. I think Chelsea, it depends on what they do as well. But like this, I feel like they're missing out on these opportunities where these teams at their lowest or at their worst, you need to take advantage, bro. Like next season, what's your plan now to be the person to win that league? What's your plan? Like, you know, that's the issue for us. And by the way, and this idea that Slot wins it in his first season without silence, oh my god. It's
I think that's what puts pressure on Arteta. Because I think if City win again and won it, they could turn around and go, I City in it, it's City.
5 in a row. Yeah.
If Liverpool do it under a new manager with one new signing who's barely played, questions have to be asked. But you mentioned Chelsea. But Chelsea's another team that needs a striker.
Bro,
obviously they need a goalkeeper and a centre back more, but they still need a striker. Bro,
they need a striker.
Let's be real. If any team's gonna go out there and put the money down for Isak, Chelsea's that team.
Yeah, I know.
Chelsea would do it in a heartbeat. I won't even blink.
No, because I think they're probably the best in terms of PSR right now. They can sell
They'll stick Isak on a 27-year contract, bro, and like nothing's happened. Like, like it's Chelsea. This is what they do.
That's mad, you know, when you deep it, you know. Like the thing is, right, everyone needs everyone. Like, you know, everyone needs a striker, everyone needs that player there. There's a demand for strikers at the minute. You know, it's a big demand, bro. And it's like, you know, it doesn't have to be you. It doesn't have to be, you know, it doesn't mean that you are the ones that are going to go and get Isak. You're the ones that are going to get that player. Like, it's not. Like, you know, you're just another name or another team. You know, so that greater demand is like this season, bro. The only 2 cups that I felt like they could win was a Carabao Cup FA Cup. They need it, bro. And this is why I say, when they say them trophies are beneath them, and they don't like them trophies.
Crazy.
It's crazy. Because you know what it does? It just sets a precedent. So you know what? We can then go for win that trophy. We could go win this trophy. We could go that. Like, it just gives you a little bit of a... These players need to feel a trophy, man.
Yeah.
Because the only player from that squad are Martinelli, Saka, Odegaard,
Zinchenko and Jesus.
No. I'm talking about the ones that have been in the...
Since 2020.
Odegaard, Martinelli. I'm trying to think. I think that's it, really.
Was Martinelli there? Was Martinelli there?
Yeah, no, Martinelli was there. Martinelli was there. It was Saka and Odegaard. Was Odegaard there as well?
I don't think Odegaard was there.
So even Martinelli and Saka.
Even Odegaard, bro. Like, I think Troops went big up Troops. Troops went on a rant after the game, innit? But he was right. And I've been saying this a while. Whenever things get really tough for Arsenal, Odegaard gets hooked. Bro, we've Liverpool and Man United have had some of the best captains you can imagine, innit? Bro, Roy Keane at Juventus in the Champions League in 1999. Do you think he would have ever got hooked in that game?
Never.
Name me a game where you guys really needed to win a game. And remember, Roy Keane's a defensive midfielder by nature at Man United. I never saw Fergie hook Keane. When the chips were down and you really needed a win or really needed a draw, I never saw Keane hooked. Never saw Gerrard hooked. Never saw Henderson hooked. Never saw Rio hooked. All these great captains that we've seen. John Terry at Chelsea. Don't like the guy, but John Terry at Chelsea. Frank Lampard, if he was captain, never got hooked. Anytime things are getting sticky for Arsenal, Odegaard's hooked. So again, the question is, do you trust the captain that much as well? Because if I'm a manager, I can only do so much from the sideline. The captain is the manager on field effectively. So it might not be the best player, but he should be able to galvanize those players and go, look, this is what we need to do. Henderson was never Liverpool's best player. Never. But you hear ex-players like Ben Foster say, when we played against Liverpool, Henderson was leading and everyone just followed. If he told them to run through the hoarding boards, they'd run through the hoarding boards. That's what a captain's meant to do. Does Odegaard do that? Because a fantastic footballer, but is he a leader? Because when you wear that armband, it's about leadership. You can have all the talent in the world. If you're not a leader, you're not going to get your team over the line.
You know what? That's a good question, because I think I like the overall idea and the way that Odegaard plays, but I do have to question sometimes whether, he's got that, you know what I mean? That in that big
That
moments,
that grit.
that grit and that kind of. You're right, because listen, for whatever I say of Bruno Fernandes, though, he does
have
get you them big goals. He does get you them moments where you're like, you know what, he can get you out of a sticky situation. With Odegaard, he doesn't do that, and I'm not saying he's trying to force a player out of him, but I just think for me, it's like you need to see more, man, from Odegaard. You really do, man, and I don't know what it is. I think that's a position now where Arsenal, do they go and get another number 10 and or maybe put Odegaard in the 8, and try something different, get someone who's a bit more efficient, like there's players like Florian Wirtz, there's players like that out there that could come in for money. Like generally, you have to ask the question because end of the day, Odegaard, as much as they can't be relying on him every single game. You can't be as a creative spark. You can't be. But then Arteta loves him. He wants him to be there. Like he's a captain. He's a difficult.
And again, they've lost Saka as well, which is a massive loss. Any team that loses a Saka is going to struggle a little bit.
Yeah, massive standpoint.
Here's the thing: I wouldn't even I think Odegaard's fantastic. I really do. I rate him so highly, but I just don't think he's a captain. I look at that team and I think Rice is more of a captain on Odegaard. And I'm not saying to strip the captaincy. Look, Arsenal's not my club in it, so do what you want to do. But if I'm looking at Arsenal, I'm thinking Rice is more of a captain on Odegaard. So do you take the captaincy and give it to Rice, and that way you free up Odegaard a little bit to just play his game? So when you are hooking him for maybe a more defensive player or a more efficient striker, then it's not looked at so badly. But as a captain, seeing a captain hook so much is concerning to me. It doesn't make too much sense to me.
Yeah, I think the manager's got big issues to sort out there, man. I really do. I think he's got a lot to do, man. You know what I mean? Another year, like I said to you, no trophy. Looking unlikely. All out for the Premier. They go down to Dubai. I mean, Dubai warm weather training camp. We see what happened last time. You know what I mean? Like we see what happened last time with the warm weather out in Dubai and that. But let's see. Martinelli's as well, injured as well. Though that's going to be probably out for a while with an injury. It's not looking good, man. It's not looking good. I wish I want to know what these Arsenal fans in the comments after this year are going to let us know, like generally, because you want to say to yourself, there's going to be hope, but you have to ask these big questions. Is the projecting? Like, is the situation getting better? Will Arsenal be that club to go and deliver under Arteta? Has Arteta reached his ceiling now? Has Arteta got to a point now where he can't give any more? His vision and his tactics are outdated in terms of what Arsenal need right now. Do they need to go and get a proven winner? Is it now time to go back to basics and go for a guy who might not look pretty but wins stuff? Might not be the most glamorous in terms of the way style of football is, but he then is going to win you trophies. Or do Arsenal fans want to stick with this whole idea of young manager idea, want to play pretty football, we want to be looking good, we want to look pretty in front of the cameras, we want it to be good football, but we want to win it the right way. Not necessarily how you win it, they want to win it the right way. That is key questions now for the rest of the season. It is, isn't it?
Yeah, I completely agree. But again, I even got have they played nice football this season? Because I don't think they have. It's been pretty boring to watch. It's not very.
Yeah,
they were called Stoke at points this season. For me, the question I always ask is, if Unai Emery was still there with the amount of resources he was given and the time that Arteta has been given, would Unai have got them over the line with a trophy? And I honestly believe he would have by now.
Yeah.
So for me, if I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm probably sitting there going, I need a proven winner now. I need someone who I believe can go out and win, because a lot of propaganda has gone into this Arteta stuff, and it's just not working out. But again, I could be proven wrong. But they could claw us back and they could win the league, and this conversation kind of becomes null and void. But I don't know, man. It's looking very precarious for them at the moment.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments below.
Long may it continue, bro. Like,
oh yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly. Let us know in the comments, guys, what you think, guys. And yeah, man, smash a like on the video. Callum, it's been a pleasure, bro. Thank you as well.
Always a pleasure, my brother.
Yeah, big up to you guys. And yeah, Arsenal, is it going to be another year without a trophy? Take care.